Now, when people develop mental health problems, the big impact is actually on their social and economic participation, dropping out of school, dropping out of employment, not being able to be an effective part of a community on an ongoing basis. So the big disability costs associated with mental health problems in young people and associated with ageing are the extent to which people drop out of school, employments, their families. So when you're really well, you're a big participator. You're in there, you're employed, you're active, you're a big member of your community, productive member of your family. If you develop mental health problems, you tend to progressively fall out of that and have the costs associated with it. So whenever we talk about mental health, we'll talk about anxiety, we'll talk about depression, we'll talk about symptoms, we'll talk about odd experiences. But really, at the end of the day, can you live a productive life, or does the development of mental health problems interfere with living that productive life? A very important concept to emerge in mental health some years ago, courtesy of the British, was a concept of mental wealth, the mental wealth of a nation. You know, a country's really wealthy economically, socially, and in fact, in terms of these days, security and its functioning, when it has high mental wealth, when the members of that community are operating at their best in terms of their cognitive function, their everyday behaviour. Now, like all economic concepts, you then think, well, how do you build mental wealth? How is it over the course of one's life that one builds the highest degree of mental wealth that you could? Or another term, mental capital. Truth is, it takes a very long time, like -9 months to about 22 years, to build for each individual their best intellectual, cognitive, emotional, behavioural capacity. Then you've got to maintain that from 22 years right through ageing, certainly into your 70s and 80s, to maintain your mental wealth and contribute and return to society the investment that they've made to you through health and education from -9 months to 22 years. This is a big economic social concept and one that's driving a lot of investment worldwide now and a lot of interest in governments. You know, particularly for developed countries where we no longer manufacture things and we no longer talk about simply the workforce as something that goes and produces something, being smarter in our heads and having the best actual cognitive and behavioural capacities to be very productive over a very long life is a big economic concept and one that we are importing very much into our health and education systems. So it becomes the mental wealth of a nation, not just its mental health.